That's crap.
Baloney.
Bullshit.
Hogwash.
Baloney. Bullshit.
Baloney.
Bucket.
Rubbish.
Bullshit.
Crappy.
Mega crap. Bullshit.
Everything that guy just says bullshit. Thank you.
All right. So here we are. We have 3 guests today. We'll go left to right for me. It does not matter for you, obviously, for obvious reasons. We have Luis Ramirez. He's a chef. He's a pretty funny guy. He also has recently joined the Air Force Reserve. We have back again Reggie Lockett. He's a graphic designer, comedian, and by day a merchandiser. And lastly, we have, but definitely not last on my list, we have Sophia Rhodes. She does everything. Her day job is interior design. She does music, which I think is her main focus most of the time. She also acts. She does PD work on short films and regular films. I think that about covers. She's also a florist. She does wedding planning. I don't know if I can think of anything else. And lastly, but most importantly, the thing I like that she does most is she is my girl.
So you said you introduced them left to right. I'll just pan it to where they know who's left to right.
You're going to mess me up.
Wait, what? You don't know what I'm talking about? Like I'm saying, because you said I'm going to introduce them left to right. I'm just going to pan it. Like the sound.
Oh, I get it. All right.
That was a joke.
All right. I'm sorry. See how tech savvy I am.
Way
right?
over his head.
So I think Sophia's going to introduce a couple topics for us. What we do is we bring our guests in. We let them pick 3 different topics, and then we bullshit about them. So let's go.
All right. So I think today the topic of bullshit will be male grooming.
All right.
All right. And I think it'll be a little bit interesting here of having a female's perspective and then in this sausage fest room right here. So do you all groom yourself?
So I'll start with this one. You groom me. But I'll start with that I used to groom all the time when I was single. And then when I'm with you, you told me you didn't care, and it's a lot of work to groom, so I didn't groom as much.
Oh, you got lazy. Okay.
I did. I totally got lazy. And then she mentioned that she appreciates some grooming. So when I think the first part was being nice in the beginning of a relationship, and now she's like, that part's over. And
the honeymoon period is over.
The honeymoon period's over.
Like,
I actually do care about some grooming, so I'll do that. And some of it I do with her, some of it I do myself.
Let's just get something straight here first, though. There's kind of a happy balance that I feel with male grooming. So I'm not saying that it all needs to be completely gone, like you're a 10-year-old boy.
Sure.
But I mean, little trimming. You don't have to completely shave, but just a little trimming. It's just a common courtesy, right?
For sure, absolutely. And I'll admit, I had a unibrow growing up, and as a young child,
Jew boy,
you're Jewish, so surprise.
As a young Jew boy, my mother would take me and get my eyebrow waxed. She'd have them trimmed.
My eyebrow, not my eyebrows.
That's right. My eyebrow.
It looks good now, Jason.
He's even thinking it's one eyebrow.
It looks good now because I do it for him.
Well, no, I think, well, no, I don't.
That's nice work. That's very nice work.
Thank you. It's my signature.
It's not, as an adult, like, I just have to have it plucked here and there. It's not like it was.
Not them.
You have beautiful eyebrows.
My eyebrows do go along like Look Who's Talking when he grabs Grandpa's eyebrows.
Oh, God.
My eyebrows can do that. Sophia,
it really does. Like literally, I take full on like kitchen shears to trim his eyebrows. Right. I'm not even kidding.
She does not take kitchen shears to my eyebrows, but we do use scissors. But
damn.
But yeah, no, my eyebrows can grow long. I do have the ear thing. Well, I'll get the hair in my ears and on the outside of my ears.
That's new for me. I just started getting hair in my ears. Got to pluck them motherfuckers out with tweezers, man.
I have hair everywhere.
Me too. I'm a hairy bastard, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just a hairy ass bastard.
Yeah, but you're bald. You shave your head at least. I mean.
Shave everything, man.
Yeah, but you know what?
Too much information. Too soon. Too fast.
No. This is cool. We're all friends here. But I must say there is something from a female perspective that I don't understand where this disconnect has become in our society. That being a hairy man is a sign of like virility. It's a sign of testosterone. It's like this is what a man does is he grows hair on his body and in his chest. And then where is it that we had this disconnect of being like, no, we need to all be hairless and that we all need to be
It comes and
perfectly
goes.
smooth. And like, why is that a trend now?
Right now, it's kind of popular to be hairy again, like especially within like hipster communities. And I have more to say about all this, but I'm gonna let our friend here speak.
Wait. Before Luis talk, I just want to say back hair will never come back.
Oh yeah, I mean like within reason, right?
Back hair won't come back. Meaning,
Cut my back hair. That shit keeps growing back.
but my point
Yeah,
is
you
that
have
no
to.
time has back hair been cool.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, I don't even think in the 70s when at hair's peak, it was cool. It wasn't cool then, I'm sure.
All right.
I don't think it was ever cool. But, all right, so you guys know me for quite some time. You guys know I'm probably
Our audience doesn't know you, but
who are you?
we're gonna.
Well, okay. So I'm Luis. Okay.
Thank you, Luis.
we appreciate your introduction, but you know what? I'm kind of fucked up because I didn't add that you totally are a fitness guru as well. That's the other thing you do. So in this room, I would say Luis is the most fit out of all of us. He's also a bit metro, but let's hear it out.
All right, so everybody, he's saying that metro because I do wax my eyebrows. I'm not keeping them real tight right now, but just got back from the military, so I just started up again. So I do wax I trim my back. I trim it like at least once a week with this little device called the man groomer, I think. It's like a little arm. It's like a little arm with a trimmer in the back. That's mandatory. I don't know. It just bugs the crap out of me. What else? Eyebrows mandatory. I just started getting the ears, like Reggie was saying. Hair, well, I'm balding, so I gotta trim that for sure at least once a week. I do it like 0 clip. And then the rest of my body, I'm like a gorilla, bro. I'm like, I got so much hair, it's crazy.
Yeah, but when you were lifting and stuff, when you were lifting a lot and going to the gym a lot, I know you were shaving like your arms, your chest, your legs. I saw it.
Okay, so I can say that firsthand from experience from working out with your ass that, you shaved your arms. I felt a little bit of that stubble when it was growing back. Yeah. You totally shaved. But I have one question though. It's, Shay, to your point of where you're talking about it being like this trend thing or whatnot. Back to what I was saying before of it being a sign of testosterone, like I'm talking instinctually, like not really from a trend aspect. It's like body types, right? How that always goes in and out of style of what we find attractive, what is spoon fed to us.
Sure.
Why should body hair be looked at as a trend?
I don't know.
Because
I think part of it to me is like, okay, so I'm gonna get into some dodgy subjects here, but I think at the end of the day, most straight women want a man and not like a little boy.
He should add his air quotes to this. I'm gonna quote for him. He quoted a man and then he quoted a boy.
Right. So I'm not trying to be a dick here, but like I think part of it is like with the hair, it's like showing that you're not some 12-year-old boy, like you said about, Jason earlier. And like trying to necessarily keep yourself clean. One thing I thought was really interesting was I had a friend in college that, cause I kind of do the rugged thing a little bit. And I remember talking to my friend and saying, maybe I should like clean up a little bit. And he's like, no, man, women want a mess. They want something they can change. So having that little bit of ruggedness is something that they can fix.
Oh,
and
God.
if you give them something to fix.
Oh God, I want to know who said it. I guarantee I know him. Who was it?
Who do you think?
Doesn't matter because our audience won't know who that person is anyway.
That's true. I'm just
but
curious.
That's really fascinating, Shay. I was actually going to bring up another point to that where I think it's actually all commodity and product purchases, and it's all our capitalism trying to tell us that, oh no, you need to buy this product to remove your hair, and you need the man groomer or whatever the hell you were talking about.
Well, and I hate to say this, but most of the girls that I've dated are like, oh, well, we can fix your eyebrows, or oh, well, we can like trim your beard a little bit, and like they all want to fix something physical.
Well, most of the girls I've dated looked at me as being a hairy ass bastard.
Yeah.
And they looked at me like, you got to get rid of some of that fucking hair. And I
think
don't
that's
really,
what Shay is saying.
Yeah. Okay. So,
But I'll be honest with you. I have been really lucky in my relationships, and it may be because I am so fucking hairy, and there's no doubt, like, my chest hair, a small part of it definitely sticks out of my out of my t-shirt.
Yeah.
And people are aware, and most of the women I have attracted have been totally fine with it. Some of them have been actually into it, which surprised me, because growing up this way, I was the running joke amongst my friends back in the day.
It was the opposite for me.
Hair.
I was the running joke because I didn't have hair. I actually am not that hairy of a dude. I just grow a beard because if I don't, I look like I'm 10.
You know, however, there's one other thing though with saying, I think it's a fascinating point that you bring up, that women want something to slightly alter in their mate's physical appearance because it's like a control thing, right? Or that fixing thing, right? That you were talking about. However,
and that's not me. That's my friend.
No, it's an interesting concept to just ponder though, right? But I think that we still have to physically attract our mate to us to begin with.
Well, I mean,
without necessarily
you're not
going
into
it thinking I need to fix you.
You can't look homeless, right? So like the thing is you have to kind of like start with a look. His point is like you kind of start with a look, but keep it a little rugged. And then they'll try to like buffer out. They want something to like buffer out is kind of what he's saying. And this guy is not exactly the best person to like talk to
That's
about
why I'm
this.
dying to know who it is.
I was like, why are we taking this advice right now?
Is this somebody
This
that's
is
going to
crazy.
end up on the podcast at some point?
Depends on if we make up as friends.
Oh.
Wait, does his first name start with an L?
No.
Okay. You guys know who I'm talking about. Let me stop. I'm not going to bring him up.
He's like one of those guys that like thought he was some sort of like woman, like you guys probably wouldn't get this from him initially, but he kind of thought he was some kind of like womany guru, and he always had like these like quotes and sayings about like the differences between men and women, but like he fell into literally every single one of the traps he talked about.
Oh, so he has experience. Okay. That's why.
No. I mean like post.
Oh, post. Oh.
Yeah, like post saying it.
So basically he was not very good with women.
Oh, a hypocrite.
Yeah, a hypocrite, yes.
I don't know if he's necessarily not good at with women. I just remember him saying like one of the big things. Oh God, this is so fucked up. He would say things like you gotta be careful with men, man. They'll try to trap you. They'll get pregnant, and then like you're stuck with them, and you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, man. And
I know
then,
who
like,
it is.
Yeah, and then like all of that happened to him. Like he ended up with.
So he's a self-fulfilling prophecy, essentially.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Don't take any advice from that guy, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't
Oh,
want that.
and like
Wear a condom.
him saying all of that's like really kind of like it's almost karma, right? Like, cause like I don't agree with him on that, but like the fact that it happened to him, and we'll get into that story some other time, but the fact that all of that happened to him is kind of like, oh wow, like the tables have turned. The boot is on the other foot.
Look who's talking.
Did you
now.
take any of his advice?
The rugged thing.
You took
You
the
know,
rugged thing?
I grew myself to a certain point, right? Like I brush my teeth, I comb my hair.
Thank you for that,
I
for
put
brushing your teeth.
I put some like I put some stuff inside my beard because it gets kind of dry, but like I still try to maintain like a blue collar-esque type vibe.
I ain't buying it. I've seen your beard. I don't buy that shit. I've also seen your hair because I'm staring at you right now. No, you don't.
I don't comb my hair. Well, not.
Well,
this
you
morning.
do, but you're kind of. That's great. No, I mean you can slick back your hair. I do see that. Your beard is definitely not clean.
Not
Like
right now.
I don't mean clean.
He has the rugged
it's not.
look. He
It's
has
not.
the
You
rugged
do
look.
have the rugged look. It's not. There's those guys who make their beards perfect as far as perfect length, perfect.
Luis. He had the little like pencil line.
Yeah, the pencil
What-
line,
what
all
is
that
that
stuff.
called? The
You
little
just let yours
pencil
grow,
line.
and I think it looks like you brush it down a little
Going on
bit.
the
I brush it.
jawline.
I put stuff in it, and then like I'll trim it sometimes. But I often find like if I do try to trim it too often, I'll just like fuck up and like have to shave the whole thing.
As long as you keep your neck shaved, you don't got the neck beard coming in. You know, that's important.
My brother's really bad about that.
You know
He's
what?
like a neck beard through and through.
You know what? Just because I just got back from tech school and basic training, but grooming was a huge deal in the military.
Yeah,
I
it
was
really
in
is.
shock. I was in shock. They made the biggest deal about how far your mustache can go out, like past the edge of your lip. You can't have sideburns, and your hair can only be like so long.
Yeah, but you already followed into all those rules.
No,
so
it was
a big
to
deal
me
for you.
You know how I am with grooming, but like their regulations were like really, really strict, and the goatee
It's
would
just
apply.
a mustache. Yeah,
And
I don't know why it's just a mustache.
their
but-
thing is about like presentation, like first impressions. You're representing the military and so forth. And you know what? To an extent, I do understand that. I understand that if you didn't know me, say, what we were talking about earlier, situational awareness. Say the situation was
That was a different podcast.
It
on
was,
a totally
but-
different day.
all right. My bad. Okay, so say I'm going to an interview or a business deal, or I really need to create a partnership with somebody, and I go in for a meeting. You know, what am I going to get the best results from? If I go in clean cut, you know, very well put together. If I go in there as myself, like thinking on the side of myself being comfortable with who I am, or attracting a partner or something like that. You know, I think it comes down to kind of where your life is at the moment, you know, day by day.
I think actually, Luis, that can actually hurt you, and I'll tell you why. So you do chef stuff, and as a physical trainer, I can see that, but we work, Shay and I and Sophia work some in the film industry. Sophia does music, so she has to have a certain presentation with that. Reggie does animation. Reggie, if you showed up in a suit and I do animation too, if you showed up to a suit,
they'll be like, who the hell is this guy?
Right, they'd kick you out.
Yeah, they'll be like, dude, it's not that serious, man. Like, just come
Right.
in, like, you know, you can have a collared shirt, but you don't need a whole suit for this.
But you don't even need a collared shirt
You
to
don't need
go
a
in there.
collared
They
shirt
want
for
you in
animators.
t-shirts and jeans.
They want
or
your t-shirt,
shorts.
jeans, be relaxed, man.
Yeah.
It's your work that speaks for you in that field, though.
For
you know,
sure.
it's your portfolio. It's not your look. Like, they're going to understand that they're dealing with artists and creators and stuff, and you just don't have that
But
type. You know.
I've talked to guys at working companies, and they've told me if I showed up in a suit to apply,
Yeah.
and I had an amazing portfolio,
They wouldn't have hired you.
they wouldn't have hired me. And the reason why is they don't feel like so these are all
Company culture, job culture.
Right. It's culture, and if you can't meet that culture, I think, Luis, what you're saying is right. But you have to. It's brought up situational awareness. You have to know the culture you're walking into, because if you present too well, you're going to get walked out of there.
Well, exactly. And in truth, depending on what your industry even is, you should have some bit of awareness of what it is that you're going to be encountering when you step through that door to begin with. So if you are going for a partnership or a job or whatever it is in these industries that you're talking about, of course you're not going to wear a suit. But for things like Luis is talking about, if you want to make a business partner, or you need to pitch an idea or something, or for me, I work in a corporate office. It's very much professional. And I'm one of the most well-dressed people in that office, because I do truly believe that you dress and present yourself for the job that you want, even if it is that you don't have it. Because people just kind of innately in that specific type of environment respond well to that. They treat you with more respect. If you see a man walking down the street in a suit, you look at him just slightly different than you would the homeless guy with the rugged beard.
Oh, I don't know somebody I just know got told they look like a narc, and they don't. They're Logan Shepard.
Logan got told he looked like a narc.
Shepard. I'm gonna introduce Logan without being here. Logan will eventually be on this podcast. He is I'm just gonna say it. He is a big man. He probably weighs, and I'm sure he's fine with this, because he knows how to laugh at himself. When I say big man, he's probably pushing 300. He also is one of the most talented artists I've ever met. He works in the game industry. I'm not going to name his company because I just don't feel like that's proper without him being present. He also does digital art. He can paint. And he has an amazing personality. He's hysterical.
He rocks his look, though. He's comfortable with
That's
it.
my point.
He
does rock that look.
So he makes it happen for him. I think he's comfortable with himself. He knows who he is, and he's not trying to conform and change for anybody. And he's staying in his lane, and he's rocking it.
I don't know if he's staying in his lane. He is growing a mullet currently, and he does like the neck beard, and that's really why he got called a narc. He currently lives in Florida. If you can figure out what game companies are there, there's plenty of them. But he currently lives in Florida. He walked into a bar and somebody thought he was a narc, and he just laughed. But and it made me laugh too. But he is trying to grow a mullet. He does. He also is building the A-Team van. Just to
cool.
let you know a little bit about his personality. That's who this guy is.
But I mean, going back to like people wearing suits and stuff, if I see someone dressed in like too nice of a suit walking down the street, I'm like, I fucking hate that guy. Like that's like just the first thing that comes to my head is like,
How do you feel in a suit
fuck
though?
that guy. I hate suits.
But you know what? I think it's about like sometimes it's about having that hook, kind of like what Reggie and Sophia were saying. At first impression, when you first meet someone, you need to hook them. You know what I mean? And then once you got them, maybe you can show them who you really are. You know?
So wear a fluorescent suit.
Exactly.
Really hook them.
Highlighter pink. There you go. That'll grab their
I
attention.
prefer highlighter yellow. Thank you.
Okay. Well, to that point though, just going from male grooming to female grooming,
So that can be our next topic. Can we do female grooming with a bunch of sausages in here?
no, we're not going to go there on that topic. The odds are against me on this one. But anyway, my point is,
No, you're educating us. Sorry.
So
I just got the look.
Shut up, Jason. No, you made me lose my train of thought. Thanks.
see there.
Okay. Yes. To your point, Shay, when you're like, you see a man in a suit and you're like, I fucking hate that guy, right? Okay. So from a female's perspective, actually, I get that shit all the time where I take pride in my appearance. I take care of myself. I do my hair. I do my makeup. I dress nicely, all of these things. And so a lot of people automatically assume by looking at me like, oh, this chick must be a fucking bimbo, or she doesn't have a brain, or she's wearing like way too into makeup or her physical appearance, when it couldn't be anything farther from the truth. That yes, I take pride in my appearance, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a fucking brain. You know what I mean?
Of
so
course.
I think we are very much into snap judgments amongst people at the way they look, but there's a huge dichotomy between that where it's either, wow, I'm automatically going to respect you because you're in a suit, or I fucking hate that guy because he's in a suit. Where is that
Fuck
middle
that guy.
ground?
So I'm not going
to convince you to have an open mind on that, am I?
I'm gonna bring up the next
Hate the suits.
topic that has to
brown
do with
shit.
this. I'm gonna steal this topic because I know there's some people in here who have great stories about this. So people dress, they look a certain way, they groom a certain way, they have tattoos, they are out at a club, right? And then they don't want to get looked at based off their grooming. They get pissed off at you when you look at them. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna give my example. I was at a Taco Bell, enjoying my Taco Bell lunch.
my
I
favorite
personally
fast
do
food
not have
restaurant.
any tattoos. I looked over at a gentleman who had amazing tattoos. Definitely, he physically took care of himself. I think he was sleeveless at the time, but he just had incredible tattoos. And because I appreciate art, I was looking. No joke. That guy walked up to me and goes, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And I said, "Your tattoos. I like them." But people get pissed off when you're looking at them, yet they will present in a way, they will groom in a way that causes you to look at them, and then when you look at them, they get mad.
They didn't have the right person looking at him. They didn't have the right audience.
He was with his girl.
Oh my god!
I don't know what
he
to
took
say
that
about
the wrong
that.
way, man. He took it the wrong way. He was probably a hothead. He probably was on them steroids, man. I don't know.
Well,
man.
people just don't like to be looked at in general.
But then why do you groom and you put on the suit?
I
or you
totally
do that?
disagree with that. I guess it depends on my mindset and what's happened. But yes, I will openly admit I do enjoy being looked at. That's why I take care of myself and why I dress nicely. And I do believe that I get nicer treatment when I have myself well put together by the general populace than I do if I'm out in sweats and flip-flops, which I never do, by the way. But yeah, it's the truth.
Totally. Like I'll tell you what, before I go to any doctor, I don't care how sick I am, I will take a shower and clean myself before I go to the doctor. I don't care how sick I am. I have to take a shower first.
Well, is that something you think about? Because that's something anybody should do. Like, that's common knowledge for me. Like, shit.
Hey man, I did security in an ER.
Yes.
You'd be surprised how many people don't care about their
But you are
grooming.
right.
And
You
those
are right.
nurses
Yeah.
and those doctors, I know from like listening in the hallways, and I will not say
Half
where I
their
work.
patients do not
Dude,
come in.
They
Yeah.
may be talked about in the hallway. They'll try to treat you their best, but I guarantee they treat people better who groom themselves than don't.
Well, everybody likes a person that takes care of themselves, that's healthy. That's just how we're built, man. We're human beings, and we don't respond well to shit it's bacteria, it's nastiness, bro, and it can make you sick. It's health. You know what I'm saying? If somebody appears healthy and looks great and looks like they take care of themselves, then we're just happier. We're like, okay, cool. Like, I can deal with this person. They take care of themselves. Like, if you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna be a nasty motherfucker. You're gonna have bacteria on you. Nobody wants no fucking fingernail dirt all over them, bro. And be.
You know what, guys? I want to tell you guys something just came up to mind. I was watching a YouTube video. It was the guys that are called the Safar Bros. These guys are I think they're Samoan, and they're twins, and they're must be 24 years old, and they got tattoos. You know, the Samoan tattoos, and they're fit. Like, it's obvious they're fit, and mostly it's about them like smacking each other around, like acting like brothers. You know what I mean? Like hitting each other, wrestling in public and stuff. And I thought, wow, their look is really cool. One of them has like a lion. What is that? Half lion, half eagle. Griffin? Is it Griffin?
Griffin.
Yeah, he has one on his neck. It goes up to his jaw. It looks crazy in his tattoos. I thought, wow, that looks really cool. You know, especially since I'm into fitness. I was like, that would be cool if I started getting tattoos, right? But at the same time,
He might have been checking them out.
Kick back. No homo.
Listen,
No,
the only
like,
one who
so-
thinks he's straight
so-
in this room is Luis.
So, no, like, so you guys say you don't that have like the metro look, right? So I'm clean cut, and the truth is, because I do it for the same reasons, like Sophia said, it seems like people treat me differently. You know, maybe they'll open doors for me more often, or give me the job over giving it to somebody else. Or there's a lot of things. People treat you a lot different. Just like when I lift and I get more buff and like more, and my diet is on point. People not that I care what men, how they treat me, but they treat me with more respect. Like, what's up, bro? This and that.
Because they're scared of you.
Maybe.
Because you're
like,
big. You're
Maybe.
a big dude.
I'd also like to add to this that I'm not by any means saying that this is a correct way of thinking in our society. I truly believe that we are all made of the same shit, and we're all human beings, and nobody should treat anybody any differently regardless of the way that they look. But let's face it, that's just the world that we fucking live in.
Well, I'd like to hear your story, actually, of you checking somebody out who happened to be groomed very well. It was a female, and you guys almost got into a fight, but it changed out for the better.
Oh yeah. It's actually very similar to your tattoo story, but yeah, I was waiting in line in a women's restroom because those are always long. You guys wouldn't know anything about that.
We use the sink if we have to. It's fine.
Yeah, we don't have that luxury, unfortunately. But anyway,
We got those funnels now.
I've seen those. Yeah.
They're pretty gross.
Yeah, they are really gross. I would have no desire to try one. But anyway, so I'm waiting in line in the women's restroom, and I see this girl that's in front of me, and she's totally well put together, and she, you know, her hair's all done, and she's wearing this great outfit. And so, you know, you're waiting in line, and most people are on their cell phones while they wait, but I'm just looking. I'm just, you know, kind of staring at her, kind of zoning out, but I'm admiring her. And so she turns and she looks at me, and she sees me staring at her, and I didn't do the awkward like glance away because I was admiring her. Like, I didn't think there was anything wrong with what I was doing. And she totally turned and looked at me, and she was like, "What the fuck are you fucking looking at?" And so I was really taken aback, and at first I wanted to just be like, "Whoa, I'm really sorry," like, oh, you know, backpedaling, right? But I'm like, nah. Fuck that. I don't want to back down to this. So I look at her and I was like, "I think your fucking shoes are really fucking cute." And then she stops and she stops and she looks at me and she's like, she looks down at her feet and looks back up at me and she's like, "Fucking thanks." And it was this totally weird, like, dynamic here of like, why are you thinking that I'm judging you? Or I am judging you, but I'm judging you for a positive manner. Like, why are we going to automatically assume, like, you're all done up, you're wearing a cute outfit, you don't think that people are going to look?
I think you were right when you said you're not really judging her, you're admiring her. Excuse me, my English again. But anyway, you see something that you like.
That was a different day.
Okay. You're right. You know, I'm just broken English over here. But anyway, you were just saying how you really thought, you know, she was put together well, and you just was like, it made you happy, and that's why you're staring so hard. It's nothing wrong with that, you know. And she just took it the wrong way. I don't think judging was a part of it at all. I think you just seen something you like, and you were just like, man, this girl's like put together really well, like, you know, and she just thought something different.
But that's my fucking point, is people get angry at that shit. I look at dudes and girls in a non-sexual thought process, except Shay, because he's kind of cute, and maybe Luis, because that Metro, like, I don't think he's Metro. I think he wants some. And then, maybe the chocolate swirl over there, Reggie. But really I don't. I do check out my dad. I grew up, I grew up, you'll find out on another episode why it's a chocolate swirl. But, I grew up, my dad was in the fashion industry. So I always am checking people out. And I'll admit, I'm judging them on their clothes, but when I see something I like, as far as clothes or a well put together person, I check it out. And it's in a positive manner, and it's not in, I want to be with you manner, and it's not in some, I see thing I want. Like, it's not like that for me, but people do absolutely get pissed off by that.
But you know what, Jason? It's different for women, I think, because I've always felt that women are in like competition with each other, trying to outdo each other, like always nitpicking on every little thing, like the hair, the makeup, the shoes, every single little thing. And for guys, I really don't think we look that far into
it's
each
funny
other.
you say that, because did y'all ever watch I think It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Yeah, I watch that show all the time.
where like one of the guys grows a beard and like he's like convinced that he's getting nods from other guys with beards, right? In public. No, and that's how it is. Like, I'll walk into a place and I'll see a dude with a righteous beard and I'll just be like, what's up? And then they'll do like the nod back, right? Like, like it's one of those things, where like you see another guy with a beard and you just like, you kind of give him like a little, like, I know what you're about.
Yeah, it's like a culture.
Yeah.
Beard culture.
It really is. It was more prevalent like a couple of years ago, but still,
Yeah, I've even heard, like, one word I've heard it somewhere before of beard envy. Like, that's a thing.
Sure.
Like, when
Or
we're
even
really
flannels,
jealous of a guy's,
right?
as Shay said, righteous beard. Love that.
Well,
Righteous beard.
Even like flannels, especially like if the guy's wearing a flannel too. Like, it's like, I know we're on the same, like you probably enjoy music.
Or we're probably, or we're both probably hipsters.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's really funny because I tried growing my beard like about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 2 inches long, and it turned out reddish, like brown reddish.
That's kind of cool.
And it was like super thick, like my mustache. And like the Metro side, I shaped it and I combed it, and it was all evenly trimmed, and like it looked crazy. And I got some nods sometimes. I'm like, do I know you?
I probably saw your righteous beard before I knew you.
I
It was
didn't
just
even
like, what's up?
like I didn't know I was so admired.
See, it's a part of life for me. I can grow a beard in 2 days.
Yeah,
A
no,
good one.
This takes a long time.
Yeah, I can do it in 2
looks like
days.
shit.
I'm a hairy bastard. But I mean, Reggie should shave some of his face.
Oh
down.
my God! So it looks bad on me, huh?
No, it does
I'm trying
not.
this shit out, man. I'm trying to grow this beard, and it's just
not there
working
yet.
out.
It's not there
It's
yet.
not
You got-
happening
you
yet.
need
It's
it-
been
you-
a whole week and a half.
No,
Shit,
man, you need like a you.
I got a
look
lot
like
of
you
white
need
going
more.
on, huh? I'm not that old either, man. I need to just shave this shit off.
I got white in my beard. I
don't
mean,
know,
I'm the
bro.
oldest one here. We
Some
won't
people
discuss
don't
my
look good on
age.
them. I don't know. I'm looking at it, and I don't really like it so far. I think I need to cut this shit off. man.
You're in that stage of the in between. You're not there yet. You need to get it long enough so that you actually can trim it down to what you want.
This what gets me, because I don't think I have that many wrinkles or Reggie, and we're in our 30s, but we have plenty of white hair. Like right here, my goatee, it's full of it. The side of my head. But
Just let it
that's why I
happen.
shave it. That's why I shave and stuff, because we shave it.
Because of the gray, you shave
look
because of the
younger.
gray.
Yeah, I look younger when we don't
Fuck
have.
you guys.
And it's like I'm telling Reggie, bro, shave that shit off because you gotta milk, these last few years.
Fuck you guys. Fuck all of you.
I'm looking young. You don't got any wrinkles. You could like milk it. And but then again, it's like, when are we finally gonna get wrinkles? Maybe we're blessed. Like,
Hey, Jay, you know what? All right, so I will say I'm in my 40s. I'm in my early 40s. But the fact is, like, I have gray all the fuck over the place. I'll never forget the day grooming. I found my first gray pubic hair. That was fucking awesome. Wrinkles will just come when they come. I will admit, part of my grooming process is I moisturize every day. I have done masks, not because I'm trying to get rid of wrinkles, really because I'm just trying to take care of my skin. But yeah, that will just come. You can't do anything about it.
I just have to say something about the gray hair thing, though. Luckily for him, I mean, he's clean shaven at the moment. But when I do groom his eyebrows for him, I purposely go and I like kind of brush them all the opposite way. And I go, no, I dig for the gray ones and I pluck them all out for him.
That's so fucked. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing that to help you, man.
I have a question, and this
I'm
isn't
definitely shaving my
about
beard now. I'm shaving.
this isn't about male grooming, but like, do y'all remember when like dyeing your hair gray was really popular for young girls?
It still is.
Why?
Not here so
Why is
That's a
dyeing
good
it
point.
pink?
That's a good, valid point, my friend.
I know, I'll walk down the street sometimes and I'll see like a little old lady and I'll be like, oh, what a cute little old lady. And she turns and she's like 19.
So I saw this girl on the street just this week, and she was a black girl, and she was wearing a gray weave. And the weave was like pulled about like 3 or 4 inches behind where her natural hairline was. And her natural hair color is dark brown. So she had like 3 inches of dark brown hair at her scalp, and then all of a sudden it was all this gray, long, wavy hair weave. And I like had to do a double take where I was like, what the hell is that?
Do you think that was intentional?
Totally. It's a weave. She literally put that hair,
Yeah, but-
fake hair in.
But did she do it improperly?
No, well, I don't know if it's a style or if she messed up, because typically you're supposed to do it at your scalp so it looks like it's your whole natural hair.
That's what I'm getting to. Like, is it
Right,
supposed
that's
to
what
be-
we're all asking.
Yeah, is it supposed to be look like all of her hair, or is she supposed to be showing half of her hair peeking out with this weave in?
Well, if she was intending that way, she shouldn't have been, because it looked really ridiculous.
Yeah, I think she messed up. I think she got a bad job. I think she.
But regardless, it's like, okay, so Shay, you're talking about people dyeing their hair gray. Like, well, then what about even making fake hair gray?
I don't know. I just thought it was weird.
I think it's weird too.
I don't really. I don't know.
I think it's weird. Sorry, I mean to cut you
Go
off.
ahead. No, that's done.
What I think is weird is that dudes can't. It doesn't translate. It doesn't. What I'm trying to say, but it doesn't translate with guys. We can't just turn. We can't put gray hair in our hair. We wouldn't look right. Like it would be like, oh, you're.
I don't.
Yeah, you're old as hell.
There's something to be said about a silver fox. I don't know, man.
No, what she's talking about silver fox. That's when like the majority of your hair. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Oh, you're patchy.
No, you're not.
You.
That's on pepper. Yeah. Hey, if I had the majority, my hair is it's not gray. My hair grows out straight white. The whitest white that you can possibly imagine in existence. That's the color of the white hairs on me. And if the majority of my hair was like that, I'll let it grow. I would.
Right, but so here's the point, gentlemen. The older gentleman in this room does have salt and pepper hair. It's more pepper. I do appreciate that. When I grow my beard, there's definitely, I got two gray strips on the side that I can't get on my goatee. But here's what I've always been told for ladies, and I actually agree with this for men. So if you dye your hair at a time when your hair is changing to gray, and then you decide to stop dyeing your hair, you look like an idiot, and it will age you. But if you let your hair go natural and you let it do its thing, it will look natural on you. Does that make sense? So if you're constantly playing with it and adjusting color, and I've seen...
Yeah, but the hard thing is for women and for men is that when you start to get to be that certain age, you literally you start seeing the onesie, twosies, threesies, foursies hairs popping out of your scalp. It's not like it automatically just starts at the bottom and all of a sudden your hair starts to dull and to change. It's hard that you can't just dye those few little hairs out of your scalp. You have to dye the whole damn thing. And
that's kind of my
sucks.
point. So it starts out as ones and twosies, threesies, right? And
yeah, but
eventually-
that you are self-conscious of it because you notice it because it's against your hair.
Motherfuckers, have some goddamn confidence. I fucking don't dye my hair, will not dye my hair, ever.
Just let it be, man.
Yeah, let it be. Like the song.
My mom.
I just
let
shave it.
her,
I just straight up shave my head, shave my beard. Like that's
You
what
shave
I'm
your
doing.
body.
Well, I shave my body too.
But I'm really curious if the audience can like send me an email about, is it anime? Is that why girls are dyeing their hair gray? Is it anime?
X-Men?
What's our email
Maybe?
address? I don't remember our email address.
It's a 30-minute BS podcast, but like the podcast is spelled like, instead of podcast, the S and the C I think is switched.
No, I did not.
You did, dude.
You misspelled it.
No, I did not.
He switched the S and the C.
So I am dyslexic, but I don't like to admit it.
Me too.
Cat?
I need to look at.
Or pod-
we're not
pod-
stopping for me to look at, but
Scat?
that's
some type
that's
of
bullshit.
podcast.
We will get the 30-minute podcast. Gmail.com will be it. It'll be 30-minute BS podcast.com. If you want to email us your opinions, tell us how shitty we are, feel free. But
Tell me
anyway.
if it's anime. It's probably anime.
Well, are we wrapping it up or not?
No,
Oh, okay.
We actually should wrap it up. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming in. I especially like to thank my partner, Sophia. No, I'm kidding, Shay. For setting this all up and allowing us to do this.
I bet it's anime. It's gotta be.
All right. You guys have a great day. Thanks.